The one region that I'm responsible for is actually Ireland. I take a look at all the Irish films each year, but I also do program films by women, some films from Europe, some films from the US too. This year, for the first time, I was invited to the Galway Film Festival in Ireland. So that was a huge opportunity because it gave me the time to meet some of the filmmakers, meet a lot of the producers, start actually talking to them about the projects that are coming next, seeing a lot of what they actually have ready this year, and I invited 3 films out of that festival. So that was a huge bonus for this year and a great experience to actually really get to meet people on their own turf. I think the beauty of traveling to meeting the filmmakers is that you actually start building relationships. So by extension, that gives you access to some films that you might not know about or you might not discover on your own because maybe they don't get submitted or you're not tracking them because you don't know about them. So it's a bit of a cycle, and it all starts with building that relationship with the filmmaker, which was just such a great experience this year. What Richard Did by Lenny Abramson. He's a filmmaker we've had here from Ireland before. His last film that we had at the festival was Garage. And this film is loosely based on a novel about an incident that happened in an upper middle class area with the most fantastic kids. It's all the guys from the football team and they're, golden boys, and they're all terribly successful, and they're having one last hurrah summer after high school before they go off to college. And one fateful evening, something happens that changes everything for everyone in a flash. And it's beautifully done. It's incredibly well acted by a bunch of young stars who are really kids to watch, and Lenny's hand with the material, which is particularly difficult, is so deft and so assured. I think people are going to be really impressed. So I think the hidden gem for me this year is a film called Jackie by Antoinette Bomer from the Netherlands. It's the story of sisters who have been raised by their 2 dads in the Netherlands, actually played by actresses who are actually sisters in real life. When one evening they get a phone call from the United States from the woman who they believe to be their birth mother, who they've never met, saying that she actually needs them. So the sisters, who are so completely different in their lives and in themselves and who they believe they are, decide together to go, and it becomes a road trip of these 3 fantastic women, and their birth mother is played by Holly Hunter. And they discover things about themselves and each other that just make for a really great story and a really great ride. Once you meet the filmmakers and once you see work that you like and you realize you have an affinity for, it's great to be able to actually understand where they're going with their art and the kinds of projects that they become attracted to. So you keep in touch and you reach out to them and you make sure that, if they had a short one year that you saw, but we don't program international shorts, can you bring me your next feature? It's build that rapport and build that relationship so that you start to form a bond so that they'll want to come to you when they have the world premiere of the film that's going to break them on the international scene. It's all about relationships. I think that's one of the things that the programming team here at TIFF is remarkably good at, is building relationships around the world with incredibly talented masters and new coming filmmakers, which is, I think, the key to our success.